Coming up on Fulton Today, Fulton's chief appraiser and board of assessors meet ahead of this week's appeal deadline. We've got the latest.
Fulton commissioners invite the public to share their thoughts about this year's proposed millage rate. I'm Brian Robinson, and I'll let you know when and where you can voice your opinion.
And Sandy Springs residents celebrate the grand reopening of their local library. That and much more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Fulton commissioners propose a millage rate reduction for the 5th consecutive year. Now, the millage rate helps determine how much Fulton County residents will pay when their tax bill is due later this year. But before making the rate official, the board has asked the public to offer its input. FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us now with more. Brian?
Shania, Fulton's chief financial officer says this year's proposed millage rate of 9.89 mils is actually lower than what was projected in 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
During the board's July regular meeting, the commissioners received their first presentation of this year's millage rate proposal.
What we're showing the board is what was projected in 2018, and based on where actual values in the digest have landed in this year, what the actual growth percentages have been, we're able to move the millage rate down faster than originally estimated last year.
Fulton's chief financial officer also said despite the decrease, the proposed millage rate would still fund programs included in this year's budget. The rate also allows for a projection of costs for next year and beyond, as well as the implementation of items the board has discussed in recent months, like a new animal shelter and the 2020 general election.
I think that this is excellent what we've been able to come up with, so I am perfectly satisfied and comfortable with the 9.89.
Since the Board of Commissioners is proposing to adopt a millage rate that will provide the county the same revenue received last year, or a revenue-neutral millage rate, only one public hearing is required by law. That public hearing is scheduled during the Commissioners' regular August meeting inside the Government Center on Wednesday, August 7th, beginning at 10 a.m. For those who can't make it downtown, your opinion can be heard via video conferencing at the North and South Fulton Service Centers. Now, financial officers say once they know the status of the assessment notice appeals, that proposed millage rate could be lowered even more. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
All right, thanks so much, Brian. Now, that deadline to appeal your assessment notice is this week. During the Board of Assessors' final meeting before the deadline, Chief Appraiser Dwight Robinson provided the board with an appeal update. The Chief Appraiser and his staff have noticed that the number of appeals received are actually lower than in previous years. Many residents submitted their appeals online on the Board of Assessors' new and improved website.
The Board of Assessors held their regularly scheduled meeting and just discussed matters of routine interest, including the processing of appeals, processing of new homestead exemptions, and some of their daily operations in the Board of Assessors office. This year has gone very smoothly. We introduced 9 new homestead exemptions. We did a lot of community outreach and communication to make sure that taxpayers are informed about their rights and responsibilities in the tax process. And we are just looking forward to completing the process in 2019 and moving into next year's tax year.
Now, on the main page of the Board of Assessors website are links that explain property assessments in great detail. As a reminder, if your appeal is not resolved when tax bills are mailed later this year, then you must still pay the temporary bill to avoid penalties and fees. And in other county news.
Music is an integral part of what we do at Fulton County.
Fulton County leaders helped to launch a comprehensive study of recording studios, music venues, music festivals, and more with Georgia Music Partners and music leader Sound Diplomacy. The announcement came during a press conference at Bravo Ocean Studio, where Fulton leaders and their partners talked about the opportunity.
What this will do, it will document what we all know in Fulton County, is that we are a center, a home, a hub for arts and entertainment, not only in the Southeast, but nationally and even internationally. We haven't had the facts to back that up. As a result of this study, what we will have now will be the facts to prove what we all know, that this is a capital and we should be recognized as such.
The groundbreaking initiative aims to map related business across the county and assess their economic impact.
We're going to be talking to people that are in the business, our citizens and business community that are in that, to really understand the depth of it. We're also going to find out where we've got some deficiencies and what areas that we need to do. But hopefully at the end of the day, it's going to really help to grow that industry and really play a big part in our economic development aspect for the county and all our cities within the county.
Leaders say a critical piece of the study will be direct engagement with stakeholders in the music industry in Fulton County. Georgia Music Partners have been advocating on behalf of the state's robust music industry for over 10 years. Sound Diplomacy is a global expert in developing music strategies for cities, regions, and countries.
The junior deputy clerks of Magistrate and Superior Court receive a grand send-off. Staff at the clerk's office say goodbye to the boys and girls who participated in this year's Junior Deputy Clerk's Summer Internship program. The theme for this year's program was a summer worth clerking for.
I am extremely proud of this class. It seems that each year it gets better and better and better.
And during a 4-week period, the junior deputy clerks learned about local government and state government while visiting the state capitol. They even received a crash course in television production from our very own FGTV crew.
Got to meet so many important people that helped me kind of decide on maybe what I want to do in the future. We met with the minority whip of the Georgia State House of Representatives. We met with 2 judges. We met with the Chief Justice of the Georgia Supreme Court, which is also really cool.
I mean, it's a very good use of a summer. Otherwise, I would have just been, sleeping in, watching TV. Instead, I got to meet a lot of influential people in law and government. They say it's very important to keep yourself connected. And I got to learn a lot of things. I got to improve my SAT score for free. They provided free SAT prep, and this year we did ACT prep, and it helped me get into a good college.
The Junior Deputy Clerk Summer Internship Program is an initiative of Clerk Kathleen Tina Robinson. The program began in 2011 and provides community service hours required for high school graduation and scholarships. Now, one of the most popular jail programs continues to make lives better for inmates and the dogs they train to become man's best friend. FGTV's Daryl Carver has more on the canine Cellmates.
Much like the chicken or the egg scenario, the question associated with canine Cellmates is who's rescuing who? For 6 years, the Canine Cellmates program has positively changed the lives of nonviolent Fulton County inmates and rescue dogs from the Fulton County Animal Shelter. The 10-week course not only helps the dogs find loving homes, but also gives inmates the opportunity to train and care for a living being.
The dogs serve as sort of like a comfort zone for many of the inmates that really, some of them have never really felt any love throughout their lives. That's one of the main complaints that we hear from some of the inmates. So when they get a chance or opportunity to have, even though it's a dog, just to love and to love them and to care for that animal through a process, it really helps and encourages them to become productive citizens.
Both Fulton County Commissioners and Sheriff Ted Jackson are major proponents of Canine Cellmates since the program reduces recidivism. That's a major deal since Metro Atlanta has one of the highest recidivism rates in the United States.
There was just no way that I could not support this effort because it not only saves the lives of the canines, it saves the lives of our inmates and gives them a skill set that they can use outside of here.
According to Canine Cellmates' website, repeated habitual crime rates have declined in prison and jail facilities where jail dog programs operate, sometimes by as much as 50%. The program is such a hit that this former county inmate and participant, who was released 2 days prior to graduation, came back to share his experience.
From the very first time I got in this program, I took the program to try to come up with better things to do. Try to learn something different than going the way that I used to go, because every time I used to walk out the doors, I ended up going back to the same old thing. So I decided I want to take the chance out to try to do something different, and hopefully that I benefit from it, which I did.
Now that these inmates and dogs have benefited from each other, they hope to make a positive impact as they enter the next phase of their lives. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Daryl Carver.
And still to come, what does Fulton have to do with the repurposing of the Atlanta Detention Center? We'll tell you in our district-by-district coverage next. Fulton takes the lead in the region when it comes to the use of plastics in its facilities and when it comes to what will happen to the Atlanta jail. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage. We began with Fulton's Chairman Rob Pitts and District 3 Commissioner Lee Morris, who get the support of their board colleagues to reduce the use of single-use plastics in county facilities. Both co-sponsored a resolution that calls for the substituting of those products with sustainable alternatives.
Fulton County is taking the lead nationally and even internationally with respect to sustainability and protecting the environment. It's important, not only for the current generation, but future generations. We always put it in terms of our children, our grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren. We need to leave an earth, a universe that is healthy.
A number of community members spoke out about the measure to the board before it made its vote. And now the new resolution replaces a similar resolution the board passed back in April. This new one promotes stronger collaboration with the community and seeks to take a more phased-in approach. Staff will work to minimize the use of single-use plastics in county facilities by January 2020. District 4 Commissioner Natalie Hall has been charged with helping to evaluate the repurposing of the Atlanta City Detention Center. The commissioner has been appointed to serve as an ex officio committee member of the Atlanta Detention Center Task Force by the City of Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. The group held its first meeting where they got an introduction to the condition of the jail building and the building's structure.
Well, I'm hoping not only that my role, but the role of Fulton County will show a significant presence of partnership and participation and collaboration between us and the City of Atlanta. Because, as you know, Fulton County is mandated by the state to provide health and human services. So we have those services and programs that are necessary to wrap around these individuals who need our help in being successful and deterring them from going to jail and keeping them out of the jail.
The panel members reflect a cross-section of residents from various areas of the community, including government, business, education, and entertainment. And District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. wraps up his series of quarterly town hall meetings. The District Dialogues community sessions focus this time on the tax assessment notices. Staff from the assessor's office personally addressed all of the issues and questions that residents had about the process.
We're here today at the Southeast Senior Center to help get the information and the word out to our seniors about the appeals process, help explain their assessments and assessment values, the exemptions that are available. And so we had a great response today from our seniors. They're concerned about their properties, they're concerned about their values, and they just want to make sure that they understand all of the exemptions that are available to them.
My concern was the taxes. In reference to my homestead exemption, I found out that I'm entitled to other exemptions in the city.
The commissioner and county staff made 4 stops this quarter, including here at the Wolf Creek Library. To get a look at the sessions planned for next quarter, just visit the District 5 website. And up next, celebrating recovery and resilience. We'll explain. Fulton County Commissioners approved funds to close the opportunity gap for young men of color. The $100,000 will provide funding to agencies providing services that support the 6 national milestones for the My Brother's Keeper Alliance.
The My Brother's Keeper Alliance is an initiative of the Obama Foundation that focuses on addressing the gaps and barriers faced by boys and young men of color. We believe every young person deserves an equal opportunity to achieve their full potential, regardless of their race, gender, or socioeconomic status.
Fulton's procurement office will open a competitive application process, and funding recommendations will be presented to the Board of Commissioners for consideration and final approval. The 6 milestones established for grant recipients to meet while providing services include entering school ready to learn, reading at grade level by 3rd grade, graduating from high school ready for college and career, completing post-secondary education or training, successfully entering the workforce, and reducing violence and providing a second chance. To get more information, just contact Carlos Thomas in the Youth and Community Services Division at 404-612-0749. Fulton's behavioral health professionals and their community partners show appreciation to their clients for a day just for them. FGTV's Melissa Lewis explains in this report.
In a room decked out like a Hawaiian luau were smiles and good times, all for one purpose: to enable people with mental and behavioral health conditions to feel good about themselves and the care they are receiving, thanks to Fulton County and its behavioral health partners.
But when you have mental health patients, a lot of times they're not really trusting of people, and I think this helps. I think that this helps as far as gaining that rapport. We want them to know we're here for them and for them to trust us, so they will come to us.
Fulton County's Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities offers a wide range of services and addictive disease treatment at community-based locations for mental health needs. 3 regional centers provide clients with life skills training tailored to their particular developmental disabilities, and a variety of specialty outpatient treatment services for adults with chronic chemical dependencies. It's these kinds of services that have proven to be lifesavers for the clients.
I was released from incarceration 8 months ago, 12 years. I did the first place I came. They accepted me open arms, and just getting reacquainted with society, keeping me on medication, and just, they're helping me just rebuild back into society,
And health professionals say, given the number of people living with various mental and behavioral health issues in the county, Taurus is not alone.
So in the community, in the Fulton County area, we have a place where they can come to for substance abuse, for behavioral health. They can get medications here if they need it. If they don't need medications, that's fine. We also have groups that they can attend on a daily basis. They do both. We do all their blood work, we do injections, we provide their medications. And for those that don't have insurance, we also have ways that we can get their medication for free. They don't have to pay for it, so nobody has to worry about not being treated just for the financial aspect of it.
This program is really a godsend because I don't have insurance, so it's hard for me to kind of access medical care. And then the location is really great for me because, like in the past, a lot of locations were really far from me. So it took me a long time. It was hard to get there, but this location is like 5 minutes down the street, so it's really a blessing.
And staff members are hoping to be a blessing to others in the Fulton County community, one client at a time, by encouraging those who may need help to seek treatment, and by ultimately eliminating the stigma surrounding mental illness and addiction. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Melissa Lewis.
Thank you, Melissa. Meanwhile, the wellness team at Fulton County brings in a special guest to encourage the workforce to eat better. Culture and diversity expert, Chef Natalie Kang, stopped by the Fulton County Government Center to show off a few health cooking demos. The Vassar College and Harvard University Kennedy School alum wanted to show employees how to prepare healthy meals in little time.
Stir fries are very healthy when you use less oil or no oil, and when you use a little bit of sauce but not drown it in brown sauce. It could be very healthy, especially with fresh vegetables. You can also steam as well, but a quick stir fry keeps the nutrients in the vegetables, and it allows the sauciness to come out.
Fulton invests in providing healthy cooking and fitness options for its workforce as a way to keep them healthy.
Oh, I came out to try the 1-minute stir fry. Delicious, quick, fast, and easy to do.
Leadership believes the more it saves on health care costs, the more it can spend on providing county services. This healthy cooking demo is just one of the many initiatives designed to do just that. And up next on Fulton Today, the Sandy Springs community comes together to celebrate the grand opening of their local library. The largest summer film industry event called Fulton County home, and Fulton Films got involved in the action. As a part of the Georgia Production Partnership annual summer gathering, film offices from across the state, along with industry professionals, set up shop at the Aru Brothers Studio. Formerly the Tyler Perry Studio location, the property near Greenbrier Mall is now home to a number of film and TV projects.
The opportunities are here. There's a ton of work here, a lot of productions. I mean, you know, it's not the #2 place for content in the U.S. or in the world for nothing. So, you know, everybody does a little bit. There's an amazing crew here. You know, for I'd say the last 6-7 years, there's been, you know, every year more and more people moving here because of the work that's here.
The event was put together to help support Georgia's presence in the industry.
It's important, I think, that we invest in the film community. Film community is bringing billions of dollars to Georgia. And so I think it's important for Fulton County to not only lead as we do in everything else, but to lead the effort in film.
The Georgia Production Partnership is a nonprofit coalition of companies and individuals who are active in the state's film, television, music, and digital entertainment industries. The Fulton Films office is a part of that coalition. Another county library reopens after extensive renovation work, this time in Sandy Springs.
3, 4.
The celebration started with a ribbon-cutting ceremony featuring county leaders and library personnel. As usual, guests got a tour of the renovated library.
It's fabulous. I mean, to walk through and to see all the technology, the spaces, the brightness, the real community center feel that it has. And to see the crowd here that is so anxious to have their library back, it's really, really exciting.
To be able to experience all the new features, not just books, but just all the activities that are going on, the study rooms, children's area, this is just a fantastic look, and everybody's super excited about it.
The Sandy Springs branch now features more meeting and study rooms, a children's and story time room, a teen area with computers, a technology zone, and storage area for friends of the library.
I'm thrilled that it's opened up again. I've been going to other libraries for a couple of months now, and I've waited a long time for this.
It's very realistic. It's very modern. I like it from the other library. It's so unique, and all the paintings around here and all the technology, I think they did a good job with it.
The Sandy Springs Library exterior is also upgraded. This is the 6th library in Phase 2 of the library building program to reopen since construction began in the summer of last year. That's another beautiful one. And before we go, our reminder that FGTV wants to connect with you online. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can watch a replay of this show and any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe. And that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.